Since I'm paying attention to everything and I'm the street walker and I'm walking the green mile, hence the green on the day. Not really, but I just wore it. Okay, so I pay attention to the cemetery today, the IOOF, the Independent Order of Odd Fellows Cemetery, because they fell low, right? And across the street is a street that is called Cleveland, and it has, because this is a chaotic spell that we under, you hear me? It's a business called Bear or apartment called Barry's Place. So I kept looking at that Barry because it looked like bar with the RY. So Barry, so bar. And it's by Cleveland and it's by Grease Monkey. Like they sit on the same motherfucking corner right across the street from the Independent Order of Oddfellas, which is 100F, right? So then I came home and I am transcribing or looking up the word berry because I'm like, that means something, you know. And I looked in Greek, I looked in Irish, I looked at Old English. Let me show you what this shit say because this shit is wild. I gotta point out that this is off of Eagle Drive. You know, eagles soar above water in the sea level that you do not see since we don't see it, but we see it, right? And they soar above the shit, you know, and UNT, which is mean green, you hear me? Um, point out the obvious, you know, shit. Okay, is Eagles, you know, that's their mascot. Yeah, but again, this is off of Eagle Drive. Since we driving like eagles, right? That's my breadcrumb. And then the fact that that cemetery, Cleveland, um, street, like is literally parallel. You cross it and you're dead end right into that cemetery. You hear me? And Cleve is my son's last name, right? Got to point that out first. Okay. So then when I look up Barry, because that's the apartment that sit right there, you know, that's the bank, you know, what they did and shit. Okay, so the bank, created the shit for the monetary, the money, the mean green. You hear me? So anyway, you hear what I said? You hear what I did there? Anyway, Berry Place, which is the apartment that sits right there by Cleveland and across the street from Independent Order of Oddfellas, 100. Um, you know, I'm just pointing out the obvious. Okay, let me get to the point. So I looked up Barry, and I gotta say, because Jesus walked on water and shit like that. In the Greek origin, that what it say now, but it's stemming from Irish, because it's the alliance, because they've been allying, for white-haired and or spear. So the esper, spear, that's what Jesus got hit with in the side on the cross and shit. But anyway, I ain't done, cause then it say, but in ancient Greek, cause this is a spell, like I said, it means something else. But then it's spelled with a I, B-A-1-R-I, B-A-R-I. So I bar, when you flip it, right? Since the eagle soaring above water and see that we don't see it shit. That's the I, right? Okay. But again, let me show you what this Barry, B-A-R-I, because across the street they buried the Independent Order of I fell low when they fell low and shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? This is a spider web. Ooh, wee, wee. You hear me? So the ancient and modern Greek term for B-A-R-I means pressure and weight, like the diamond pressure and shit like that, which is weird because when you look at ancient or modern Greek, but then it don't have a Greek origin, but the Irish had the word first, which was a Y with an R-Y, and it's funny how R and Y street is down the street from me, but anyway, I ain't gonna go there because I made videos on that. But I remember watching movies with the white haired men and shit with the wigs and stuff, you know. The Independent Order of Odd. Because they odded the motherfucker fellows. Anyway. Because Cleveland is spelled like my son's last name, which is Cleve. Right? Eve. Right? You hear what I'm saying? So anyway, when I look up the Latin, Greek, Old English term for cleave, because we all know what land means, because they didn't land it on top of the mountain or whatever, you know. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, and they stole the land, you know, the green. Anyway, what I'm saying is they spell cleave with an A. Cleave, right? And that has two contradictory meanings. Let me show you what the fuck this shit means. Since we sticking it to them and stuff, you know. Since we playing EA sports and shit, you know. Duh. It means to adhere, cling, or be faithful, you know, like the church and shit like that, Bible and stuff, you know. And then it also has the contradictory meaning. It means to split or divide by a blow, like a hot air balloon, like we, you know, like the motherfucking pig and shit like that. Mm-hmm. By a blow, y'all, with a blowtorch. You hear me? Cause you know my ass lighting their ass on fire and shit. Where my cigarette at? God damn it. Shit, wild in the bitch. And I know y'all see the time, which is pi, which my son is a Pisces, and he was born at 3/14 with the last name Eve. That they split. You hear me? Anyway. And, you know, his real last name is Cleve. Cleve. Because he be seeing shit, because he a Pisces. You hear me? And this is the big ass circle black loophole of life, which is just so happen to be my black hole. You know, I'm creating this bullshit. And I don't like it, because I'm ready for my damn riches. I don't like this shit. You hear me? We're clever. You hear me? And playing EA Sports and everything like that, and leaving out the R and shit. Since it was clever, you know, if you look at that word, it's also cleaver, you know, because that's the knife that was used, right? To, you know. Anyway, I can't. This shit wild in a bitch. You hear me? Stab you in the back. You hear me? Or I could say stab in the side, because, you know, that's why you split them in two and shit. You hear me? Hell no. They stupid. If you think I was stupid, I pay attention to every motherfucking thing, because we all connected to one source. We all move on the same core. We do stuff for a reason. You know, and even if that's apartment or whatever y'all say, and I ain't gotta really talk about it, because some of y'all don't have no goddamn roots, and clearly I'm a Christmas tree, right? You see the brown, and you see the wood, and you see the green. I'm a Christmas. I ain't got no red on today, but you know, I got red blood. You hear me? And I don't want to talk about that, because that's the word that I looked up yesterday. What word did I say?